Hi.
Hello. Oh my gosh, look at what you're wearing.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my
Thought that would be
goodness.
fitting. Welcome, everybody. We're Comics Online, speaking with Ashley Eckstein, once again voicing Ahsoka Tano in the new upcoming Lego Star Wars coming tomorrow on Disney Plus. And we're so excited to start that new adventure with you. Ashley, how does your role change from your initial work with this character to the Lego version?
Ooh. Um, well, here's what I'll say. Ahsoka looks very different. She's a brickhead. So she's not even a minifig. She's a brickhead. So Ahsoka stands out in this. Um, and she looks very different. And so that may take a moment. I've seen a lot of comments online of like, why does she look so different? So it might take a moment for people to, realize like, oh, Ahsoka doesn't look like she does in Clone Wars or even like a traditional minifig.
Yeah.
However, you're quickly going to get over that because her heart, obviously her voice, and just her spirit and her light and her soul is still the same. Dan and Benji did such an amazing job of capturing Ahsoka's spirit in this, and that was important to me. I jumped on this project so quickly. As soon as they asked me, I was like, yes. But it was important to me that Ahsoka's spirit was still the same, and it is. It's after you listen to it, it's going to feel like this could have been an episode of Clone Wars.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome. You've always championed inclusivity through her universe, making sure every fan feels represented. I feel like Lego works hard towards greater inclusivity with their sets and storytelling. From your perspective, how do these efforts complement each other? And what do you hope fans, especially younger ones, take away from that shared message?
Ooh. Well, there's a very powerful message in this with Ahsoka's storyline. And without spoiling it, it is about being different and even looking different. So uh, again, Ahsoka, you know, she her power is her kindness, and she stands for helping others no matter what. And her spirit shines through in this. Um, so so I'm excited for fans and even new fans. If this is their first time, especially kids, if this is their first introduction to Star Wars or to Ahsoka, they're going to get such a beautiful message from Ahsoka that I'm excited to take away. And it's definitely one of inclusivity because Ahsoka stands out and she's very different and not always in the typical way in this. So again, I'm trying not to spoil it, but she definitely has a beautiful message of inclusivity in this special.
So this is a special rather than a series.
Oh goodness, no, it's a series.
Okay, I thought it was a series.
Yes, it's a series, but when
Okay.
I say special, it's like you can watch it in one sitting. And I do I highly recommend watching it all together because it's one
Okay.
continuous storyline.
Very nice. How does voicing a Brickheads version compare to your previous version? Like, is there anything vocally that changes?
So nothing changed vocally at all. It's still, I voiced Ahsoka in this as though I was doing an episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So the only thing that consciously changes depending on the project is her age. So, if this was Rebels Ahsoka, then I would definitely, my voice changes for that. It's lower in my register. She even has a different cadence in how she speaks because she's more of the wise mentor in Star Wars Rebels versus if it's Clone Wars, she's still that Padawan. But even there's a difference between, let's say, season 3 Ahsoka versus season 7. And so this is season 7 Ahsoka. This is, after she's, spoiler if you haven't seen it, after she's walked away from the Jedi Order. And she's seen a lot at this point. So I'm very conscious of her age when I record Ahsoka. I ask what costume she's in because that tells me what age she is. I ask kind of where in the storyline it is, what she's been through. So yeah, so this is obviously we see her, kind of Mandalorian inspired costume. So this is season 7 Ahsoka.
Did you have any favorite moments or callbacks in pieces of the past that recall the earlier Ahsoka arcs?
Ahsoka, without going into specifics, she talks about her past. She talks about what she's been through. And there's even, as fun and jokey as this this series is, there's also profound sadness there. Ahsoka has a lot of sadness. And so you'll hear that. And forgive me, of course, there's some construction going on outside of my.
We can't hear it at all.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can.
good.
Yeah, we're. I was going to say the same. If anybody showed up, we're here at Time and Space Comics in Stafford, Virginia, which of course that they want me to invite you to come and visit anytime.
I would love to.
They would love to have an Ashley Eckstein Day. Anyhow. Oh, and by the way, we've seen you at so many conventions, and we were like,
yes.
oh, we want to go and say hello to her because we've been to your fashion shows for so many years. Zoe's been there so often, and we're like, oh, we need to go and visit her. But your line, I have to say, congratulations and darn you at the same time, because your lines are like among the hugest any convention we go to.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Well, you're very kind. And I hope at the next one we have the chance to chat.
Yeah.
Part of that, part of the reason why is because I like to chat. I like to talk. It's important to me that if you come to meet me at a convention, that I get the chance to meet you. And I don't like to just sign and say, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you," and then go. It's important to me that I ask you your name and where you're from and, a little bit about you and tell me why you like Ahsoka and when you discovered Clone Wars. Like, I want to hear the reason that you have taken your valuable time to come and meet me. And so yes, I am sometimes known for my long lines. I appreciate everyone being willing to wait, but it is because it's important that we have a couple minutes to chat. I definitely thank everyone for their time when we meet.
Yeah, this year was my very first year. Zoe's been going for a while, but this was my very first year. And you and your partner, I forget his name, Michael?
David.
David. Oh my God, that guy is amazing.
Oh.
And you
Oh,
guys together are just like just an explosion of fun and fashion. Like when
thank
do
you.
I care
No,
about fashion? I normally don't, but suddenly I go to your thing and I'm like, oh, this is great.
oh my gosh,
He
thank
does
you.
it.
I forgive me. I thought you were asking the name of my husband. My husband's name is David. My hype friend,
You're a
the
hype
co-host of
partner.
my podcast and co-host of the fashion show is named Michael. You're correct.
Oh,
And
good.
then
I thought he
part
was
of
asking.
that chemistry is because we've been friends since high school. We've been friends since 1996. We go way back to high school, so we're childhood friends. And we're doing our podcast Hype Friend because we're so grateful to have each other and to have such, powerful friends in our life that are our hype friends. And, in 2023, the US Surgeon General came out with a report that said we are experiencing a loneliness epidemic. And, as a mental health advocate, I wanted to play my part and I wanted to help others. I wanted to be a real life version of Ahsoka. And part of how we can help each other is to just be good friends. So we can all play a part into help, cure this loneliness epidemic just by being friends. And so that is what we are trying to do. We're trying to start a friendship revolution, one hype friend at a time. And, sometimes the world can feel so out of our control. We often ask ourselves, well, how can we help? What can we do? Some things, there's certain things that we can't help, that is out of our control. But what is in our control, what every single person can do, is to be a friend. And it's proven that, if you have one good friend in your life, it can change a person's life. And so that's what we want to do. We want to start a friendship revolution, one hype friend at a time. And so we're doing a podcast all about friendship, how to make friends, how to be friends, how to keep friends, how to learn about friendship, about social etiquette, social skills, social media, all the things. We're on the journey on how to learn how to be good friends.
That is beautiful.
It really is.
Well, hey, I don't want to run over here. I know you guys are running late. We have a million more questions for you, but hopefully we'll see you again soon. Maybe New York Comic Con. Where else can fans find you?
Oh my gosh. Well, you can find me on Instagram. My official page is just at Ashley Eckstein. And on there, I'll announce all the conventions I'm doing. Sadly, I won't be at New York Comic Con this year because I'm super excited to be appearing at GalaxyCon St. Louis. St. Louis is a home away from home. My husband David used to be a St. Louis Cardinal. So I'm super excited this is my first ever convention in St. Louis. Usually when we're there, I'm there for my husband. So I'm excited to go to GalaxyCon St. Louis. I'll also be in GalaxyCon Milwaukee and several more conventions throughout the rest of the year. So stay tuned. But you can find out all the information on just my Instagram at Ashley Eckstein. Obviously, watch Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy Pieces of the Past, debuting tomorrow, September 19th on Disney Plus. And then also Be a Hype Friend or the Hype Friend podcast. You can go to beahypefriend.com. You can also follow us on social media at Be a Hype Friend.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank
Thank
wonderful
you,
work.
Thank you. I will chat with you hopefully at a convention when we're together soon. Definitely
we'll see you at GalaxyCon Richmond in the spring.
Yes, we will.
Okay. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Awesome.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.